Hi.
Hey there.
How are you guys?
Good.
Just wanted to, you know, we're thinking about doing some filming.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Great. Hey, I know who you are.
Okay.
And we just want to let you know you're actually not welcome in the church here.
Okay.
And you're trespassing, so I'm going to escort you out, okay?
Will you please get your hands off me? Like, you don't have to force me out the window.
Go ahead.
The cops are fine. Yeah, I'm coming out. I'm coming out, but you didn't need to put your hands on me, ma'am.
Go ahead. Go
Will
ahead.
you please get your hands off me? Will you please get your hands off me?
You're trespassing. You are trespassing.
I was leaving and you were pushing.
No,
I'm
trespassing. Go ahead.
I'm no longer on your property.
Thank you.
Why did you have to put your hands on me, woman?
There you go. You're all set.
I don't have a problem with what you guys are doing. They don't have a problem with what you guys are doing. They just don't want you inside their place. So make it easy. So I don't have to arrest anybody.
Oh, we're cool.
Stay over here. Do what you got to do. They'll stay over there. Do what they got to do. Okay.
Yeah. Roger that. We're done actually. We're out of here in like maybe 5 minutes. Only got like 30-minute parking deal, so we're gone.
All right.
Next city.
Thanks, Xander. Right now.
Hey, Darth Xander. Thank you for doing what you did. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Or I would have just went to jail.
Darth Xander.
Yeah. Darth Xander, you're the man, dude. You allow this. You allowed this. You made this happen.
All right, I am some guy from Chicago, doesn't matter who, not really that important. I protest Scientology just because I have learned a lot about abuses that are involved in the organization. You know, I haven't been personally involved with Scientology, but I've spoken with people who have been held against their will. I've spoken with people who have been ripped off, they've been defrauded, they've been lied to by this organization. And at some point I felt like I couldn't do nothing anymore. I had to do something. I think it would be wrong to be silent about it. So yeah, I try to do what I can as far as trying to speak out against the abuses. I like to have fun, a little bit of a wild and wacky guy. Get out here once a month, you know, enjoy the weather. It's kind of raining a little bit right now. It kind of feels nice. Nice summer shower. But I do what I can, even if it's something small. I do what I can.
So how long have you been doing it?
Gosh, 5 years right now. It's been fun the whole time. You know, if it wasn't fun, I wouldn't still be here.
Has it affected you personally with your family or friends, or you just want to fight because you've researched it and realized how dangerous it is?
I've just learned, you know, I don't have any friends or family members that have been in Scientology, but I just know too much, you know, to stay silent.
So what is your opinion of the front groups, of the bait and switch? It's horrible what they do with their front groups.
It is. I mean, they're very insidious. They're very sneaky about how they infiltrate. You know, they gain a toehold in society. They're very smart about how, you know, the whole drug rehabilitation program, supposedly Narconon. They have applied scholastics. They have the Way to Happiness program, which is kind of like they use with kids. So yeah, they're very sneaky. You know, they advertise for Scientology, but they don't use the Scientology name. They're smart about building connections. So I think over time we probably should be shifting more focus towards those front groups as the name Scientology becomes branded appropriately, in my opinion, as, you know, an abusive and criminal organization.
Do you think? Do you think Narconon has become a staple name to Scientology when somebody hears Narconon, or are we still pretty far away from that?
I think we probably got a long way to go. I don't think most people know what Narconon is, and if they do, they probably associate it with Narcotics Anonymous.
Right.
So they don't realize, you know, it's very, like I said, it's very insidious the way that even just a tiny little change in the spelling is a completely different organization, you know, and people make the wrong assumption.
Yeah, because some of my friends are like, why would you want to help anyone get out of a rehab? And it's like, no, you don't understand. It's a bad rehab.
Yeah,
it's like, no, they need to be there. Well, they need to be somewhere, but not there. They're just draining the parents' money and washing their heads.
Exactly, you know, and again, that's very sneaky and very clever of Scientology in a way, because, you know, like Scientology often uses religious cloaking. In this case, they're using like a human benefits cloaking, or like a, you know, different type of cloaking for a different type of situation. So automatically they gain an automatic credibility, they gain all kinds of benefits from it. So yeah, you know, it's very, very clever of them in a way.
So if you had a message for David Miscavige about you and other people making it aware to the public of what he's doing, what would you say to him?
Well, I'm trying to think. I don't know what I could say to him that hasn't already been said by people who are a lot more, who have suffered a lot more than me, who have fought a lot more than me. I would like him to just at least take responsibility, I think, for what he's done to people's families. You know, it's not just you can't just be a power trip. You know, you need to come forward and you need to do the right thing and face justice.
Okay, what was the aha moment for you where you knew you were going to be a protester?
That's a good question. You know, I got started around the whole 2008, like the whole anonymous protests, and I was like, well, yeah, Project Technology things. Not anonymous, that's a completely different umbrella. But the whole Project Technology protests, I was like, man, what are these guys doing? What is this Scientology stuff about? So somehow along those lines, I started learning more about Scientology. It's like, man, this is some crazy stuff. Is this actually true?
Right.
You know, because it almost sounds incredible. You know,
True, really.
it almost sounds crazy at first. It's actually so bad that it almost sounds like it can't be true.
Show me some of your signs. I'm sure they're very important to you and how you come about.
Yeah, we have different signs for different types of messages. Different people can. This is obviously a disconnection-related message. People can hold what they want. We have joke signs. We have serious signs. We have signs that are, you know, more aimed for the staff members. We have signs that are more aimed at the public. Maybe kind of make people think a little bit. I also have this one. People want to. This sign is good for people who say, well, why are you protesting a church and they haven't done anything wrong?
Correct.
You know? So this helps, you know, hey, they've been convicted of fraud. You know, this is a criminal organization that we're talking about.
In multiple countries.
Yeah, exactly. Not just the United States, Canada, you know, all around the world. France.
I believe France has them categorized as a cult. With that.
They have, you know, and they're very. I know in Germany they're being monitored by the government as an anti-democratic, totalitarian system organization. So they're very closely monitored by the German government. Because again, they are a totalitarian organization. They are an evil organization.
So how, if they lost their tax-exempt status, do you think that would be the beginning of the end? How do you think it's going to fall apart?
Well, in a sense, I don't want to say that I know how it will end because I'm not 100% sure.
True.
I kind of think in a way the beginning and the end has already started. I kind of think the walls are kind of starting to come down already. It would be a huge blow if they lost their tax-exempt status in the United States. I'm not 100% sure how we would get to that point, but hopefully someday we'll have some justice with that. But yeah, obviously it would be a huge step in the right direction.
Would you agree there is just so many families out there that their lives have been utterly destroyed and lost loved ones?
Oh, it
that they deserve justice.
I can't hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. I've talked to some of them who have been, you know, separated from their families. You know, that's all I know. I've actually spoken to the people who have been disconnected. So people say, well, how do you know it's true? You've never actually been in Scientology. You know, it's like some of the things that the public or that the staff members say to me. You know, but I've had personal experiences. I've talked to the people who have been disconnected. So the policy of disconnection is evil and it has to stop.
And their advertisements are so, you know yourself, know the answer, know the truth. And that's what makes me mad. A Super Bowl commercial, know your inner self. It's so ridiculous. It drives me crazy.
It's Scientology, like most cults, they say one thing and then they do another. So what they'll actually put forth as their public relations front obviously has nothing to do with the actual reality of the inside of Scientology.
So in closing, what do you want to say in closing? I mean, are you going to keep fighting till it crumbles, or? I'm
going to be here as long as I can. Hopefully the end comes sooner rather than later. I'm not 100% sure when that'll be. I have a feeling I'll be an old man when Scientology is still around, but I hope I'm wrong on that. I appreciate the efforts of everybody who has spoken out against Scientology abuses. Thank you guys very much.
Amen.
That's why I'm here today, saying hi to you guys.
And thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
And like I said, just with people blowing the whistle and coming forward, more people seeing that other people are coming forward, I think it's just going to be floodgates of people just one after the other. And I would personally want to thank you and Darth Xander, and why don't you name some of the other people that are very important?
Well, there's plenty of other people in our cell. There's Dra, we have a Hunk Sign Lady. I think she might be the oldest regularly active, regularly protesting person still out there. So she's been at it for many years too, so she's awesome. We have all kinds of awesome people. We've met all kinds of awesome people who have come through Chicago. They come out, say hi to us, spread the word. So definitely it's awesome. It's a group effort, and I really appreciate everything.
Well, I just want to thank you personally for helping us. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. I return the sentiment 100 times.